Previously on Kingmakers.
I've been to other worlds, yes, but not all of them, and I've only been to the ones I needed to go to, the ones where they're reaching for layers there. For all I know, there may be worlds without layers, or where Lear just wasn't powerful enough or the person that they wanted, so I had no reason to go there. So at the very least, in the worlds where there are layers worth taking, there have been desiccations. How is your Rufir here?
A monster. Not worth talking about. I'm gonna take the potential energy of this totem standing up on the hill defying gravity, and I'm going to transfer this potential energy to my sword so that I may lift it. The energy of this can falling down maybe in about 10-20 years, you know, when the winds and the gravity just are too much for it in its current place, cause it to tumble down, is what I am using to now lift my weapon up. And I just sheath it and I walk back to the party.
And what's next from you, fair and honorable king? Are you going to pull a rabbit from a hat?
Just you watch, mage. When I looked at the party, what say you? The tunnels or the mountain?
For what it's worth, I'm very sorry for how you feel.
It's like miasma around me almost. I'm always choking on it. It's not just Titus. It's out of my control. I need to figure it out. Right? That's my purpose.
Your purpose is indeed yours to figure out, but know that I am here for you. If you need me, whether it be just to chat or whether you'd like me to completely reconfigure your mind.
The chat would be good from time to time.
And with that, I really must bid you all adieu. I'm going to go and consult Vega on what we should do next. Both Razroths cannot exist in the same place at the same time. I'm not fully sure of the effects, but we shall have to figure something out. I also don't like the idea of you all going into those tunnels without at least one of us present, so perhaps I shall return shortly. Generally, eventually, I always find a way. And we have a second apprentice now. I'd like to stop doing everything by myself.
Well, if that doesn't instill confidence and courage in me, I don't know what will.
You have bucket loads of it, like I said, you are strong. Right. Keep them safe, even Titus, until I return.
As if I could do anything else.
Thick ropes, not strings, not threads, or ropes, which then tend to change, seem to burst out of the sword, invisible to Lear, but very visible to Razroth, and they chain themselves to Razroth, his arms, his legs, and clasp around his throat. He's very violently pulled into the sword. They just seem to see Razroth disappear. But in the sword, into the realm that this creature's being held in, and you see this creature, and in the creature's head, you see Razroth and another representation of this creature bound together by chains, back to back, trying to fight against each other constantly in a, maybe for now, eternal struggle. And despite struggling, I think I am smiling. I have smiled, I've laughed with this group, but it never quite reached my eyes. But right now I'm smiling and it has reached my eyes. I'm at peace.
And somewhere, in an other world of din, after an arduous desiccation, it rains.
It's interesting, right? I mean, there's just so many possibilities opened up, but I mean, what does it mean, really?
I don't know, Vega.
I'm not expecting you to answer the questions. I'm just, I'm spitballing here. I'm kind of I'm bouncing off you. I'll be honest, Raz, I'm sort of using you right now. I need somebody to sit and listen while I talk, and then eventually something might shake loose. Erafir used to do it to me, and I guess it's rubbing off. But I don't know. I am relieved. Quite honestly, because I thought that I would be alone, and I'd have to do all of the magic things and be the wise one and figure it all out myself, and I'm really, really glad that Erafir is back. And it must be a weight lifted off his mind as well, I imagine, being that it's probably not him we're fighting, and... Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. You've been spending quite a bit of time with Arufir. He seems to trust you.
Well, yeah, I mean... I've spent a lot of time with Arufir, but... You sure you're okay?
Now that I have, I suppose, time to think, and I look around the tower, the castle I'm in, I've noticed I haven't felt anything but anger for a while now, and at first I thought it was because Titus was taken from me, and he was, but I have him now. He's back, he's safe, but I still feel this burning in my chest, a burning anger, and I've been struggling to keep it under control.
How long? Since...
I think it's just... I think before we climbed the Oracle,
Before I left? Just before I left?
Yes, and then it was fine. I was using it to keep me pushing forward, but now I think it's clouding my judgment. I need to be taking moments to make sure it simmers and quietens, but it keeps roaring back to life if I stop paying attention to it. And
that might be my fault. I might have meddled a little bit, maybe, in whatever you were feeling. Just before I left, you were all so conflicted. Everybody was so sad and frustrated, and I can kind of use it as fuel a lot of the time. So I thought if I took some of those emotions away, maybe you'd feel okay. Well, clearly it didn't work, because now you are just angry. I could maybe try and take some of the anger away, or...
I would rather you didn't take anything else from me, Vega.
That's fair.
I
Maybe
appreciate
I could
the
give you
sentiment.
Something back.
If that's possible, if that would fix this, I would appreciate it. It's becoming harder to focus now, especially with all this new information. The confusion is just bolstering the anger. Not that I'm not happy to hear you ramble about this, but right now I'm not in the state of mind.
But maybe you need the balance back. Maybe, the whole range of emotions and maybe the sadness and the trepidation is good. Maybe Maybe it tempers the anger.
Maybe.
Let me try something.
Okay.
But I mean, it might not go. I haven't tried
I
this
know.
way around before.
Yeah.
So, you have to bear with me. But I mean, okay. And I start thinking about all of the range of emotions that I've felt over the past time before I was taken away, before I became the apprentice, and afterwards. There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of excitement from when we were fighting, and I realized there was a possibility of other worlds and things like that. I take some of the sadness that I felt with Jude, and I take a lot of the frustrations that we've been feeling from not understanding where we're going. I take all of these different feelings, and then I remember the feelings that I took from everybody as well. And I take all of them together. And using the same way of what I would usually do, which is taking people's emotions to fuel myself, I instead try and give them back to Raz.
I think the whole time I am, as much as I can, I'm not entirely sure how you did this to me, but I'm trying my best to open up to anything that is being given, quelling the anger so that there's room for what used to be there to be returned. And take a deep breath and hope for the best as Vega returns it.
So I will try and give all of these emotions back a tiny bit. A little bit at a time, like trickle them in, and watch Raz carefully as I try and do so. So what should I roll for this? I guess it's probably debt magic, because I took from, these are all the things I took to start with, and I'm just giving them back.
So yeah, you probably want to do that. Go ahead. 94. What happens? I have a thought. You can give them back, but just not gently.
Yeah, maybe the trickling just isn't working, because these are really intense emotions that I'm working with here, trying to give to him. And perhaps you can't really trickle an intense emotion. It's all or nothing, right? Okay, that doesn't work.
Vega.
Okay, I'm stopping. Sorry. Just breathe. In and out. And there's only one other way to do it, really, and that's just to throw it all on you, and I don't really want to do that, because that might break you.
I look up and see some blood seeping from my nose, and okay, so I'm guessing it didn't work.
It doesn't seem like it, no. Maybe. Let me think on it. Oh, maybe we can try again. With something else.
Yeah. Yes.
But for now, do you have ways of managing your anger? What do you usually do when it gets overwhelming?
Up until now, here I have had something to do, whether it's just travel or figuring out what mess we're in to channel the anger into. So as long as we continue to be in this God's forsaken mess, I suppose I'll have a way to focus it.
Is there a way I can help you with that? Maybe help you channel it?
Thank you. No, I think I'll be okay for now, but if it gets out of hand, I'll let Arufia and you know.
Yeah, please do. Speaking of Arufia, hope he's okay.
Yes, I hope so too. He seems in better spirits now that he knows that he's not a danger, which is thank you, by the way. I didn't get to say that. Thank you for being there for Arufia and taking a lot of the burden off his shoulders. He's one to always shoulder it himself.
He does like to think he sort of, the weight of the world is on his shoulders specifically. I mean, to be fair, he had good reason to think that until now, so that is understandable.
Yes.
But
And I don't think the myths and legends spoken about him helped much either.
well, some of them I think he kind of likes, to be honest. It's nice being mysterious for someone like him.
Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me too much.
But at least you can see now.
Yes, he was blind for how long? He blinded himself?
Time is, kind of a little
Yeah.
bit not
yes.
really, kind of all over the place. It's very hard to tell how long, really.
Honestly, time not being fixed with the roof is one thing I understand in this whole entire situation.
Really makes you appreciate the whole, cherishing the time you have thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a good job you weren't there, really, in the fight. I don't know what that would have done. Do you? It's all very strange.
You mean the presence of the other me?
Yeah. And there was another Lear. But different. I wonder how the whole wound thing connects to it all, though. Does the wound... Is this the only world that's traveling into our world? Is it the only one that seems to be having an effect? Is it the wound bringing these two worlds closer together, or does it bring all of them closer together?
I'm guessing I'm just a soundboard again, because I don't have the answers. It's... all of this is so far over my head.
I don't know how to tell you this, Raz, but same. Everything that we've done so far has been very largely guesstimation and hoping for the best. And, yeah. I kind of hoped maybe Arafir had, slightly more guidance, but I think he's just better at lying about it than I am.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
I can provide you with guidance if you'd like.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Yes, please. Almighty Arafir, please provide us with some guidance. You learned anything?
Yes, a few things. I attempted to switch out the other Razroth for ours, but he is linked to a creature.
Creature.
Yes, a creature of the other magic.
Is that who you were fighting, Vega?
I don't entirely know. I tried to
thing
look
not
in
of
the
this world.
thing's memories, and it was strange. When I looked through that thing's childhood memories, I saw myself. I saw myself and I saw Jude. But it was a monstrous creature, and it's very confusing.
Did you attempt to destroy it?
Well, we tried to defeat it. I don't know about destroying it. I mean, in the end, I tried to banish it, I suppose, if that's what you want to call it.
And
Send it back.
where did you banish it to?
I tried to summon it back from wherever it came from. You know, repay the debt, right?
What was it your debt to repay?
I think it was likely Lear's debt to pay, right? Because he summoned it here to start with.
That would make sense as to how it ended up in his sword.
It's in Lear's sword.
For now, yes. It is, it's illusion magic at its basis, but it's tethered to something else. I suspect the other magic, the dread magic, black magic.
Is that what we're calling it? Dread magic? It's a good name. How do you feel the presence of this dread magic? What is it? How do you identify it?
Well, for me, I have been openly experimenting with it, this new source. Since your revelation that there are other worlds than these, I've made a decided effort to pull at that dark thread. To be honest, it has been irritating me for far too long.
Okay.
Though in my small efforts I've yet to discover anything more than that this string is very likely connected to the enemy.
The
It
enemy.
leads also to a lake or a sea, an ocean of almost nothing perhaps.
Okay.
Here in this world or elsewhere?
Certainly elsewhere. I went there briefly.
Went there?
Not physically, or perhaps it was. There is something within that void, something that held me in such a moment of terror, such dread. Whatever it was much more than you or I, Vega, are currently capable of understanding. But I know fear for what it is now. A motivator. You can cower to it or you can use it. I intend to use it for too long. I have basked in fear that Razroth, Titus, Estrella are going to perish, that my hopes and dreams would someday be used against me, and that this world or other worlds are going to collide into and destroy ours, but I think perhaps no longer. I have seen it. I have sensed that dread. And one day I plan to fear nothing.
If you're going to be pulling at the thread, you're not going to be doing it alone, whether or not. What does it feel like, this dread magic?
I would suggest that perhaps I do pull at the thread alone. Or we have another apprentice.
And I don't think the goal should be to not feel any fear, though, surely.
Well, perhaps there are only 3 ways to fear nothing. I can control that fear by mastering it within myself, of course, or I can control it by understanding that creature, or perhaps simply by mastering it. Mastering everything.
Mastering.
I'm sorry, but why do you think you need to do this alone?
This magic. The dread magic, it's exceptionally dangerous, and we know nothing of it. I'm not sure even Blackbird understands it, or at least he has never brought such a thing up or warned me from approaching it, though he must have known I was aware. But this thing at the other end of that thread, it's too much. For all I know, another encounter with it would drive me mad. Perhaps I would cease to exist all along, but we would at least have an apprentice. Our goal is to save our world, is it not? If we can stop these interlopers, then perhaps it will save others, but if we keep our goal simple, then it is simply to save ourselves, our world. But I think all of us experimenting with this otherworldly magic, it may be a detriment to that cause.
I never said anything about all of us.
You believe
Maybe.
you should.
Yes.
The magics that you have cast before, the debt magics that you were so persecuted for wrongfully, do you believe that you were pulling from this similar thread?
I don't know. I haven't felt this fear or dread. I haven't witnessed this lake or sea that you're speaking of, so I can't say yes, but I haven't... The magic I've cast, you haven't told me whether or not it's the same dread magic, so I can't say no either.
Well, we have an option then, don't we? Avoid it or experiment.
It might be a case of the burden shared is better, right? Like, the more of us who experience it, the easier it will be.
Yes, or perhaps we're simply opening Randathar's box.
There is that. Raz, your magic works with threads, right?
Yes,
Maybe just-
yes, that's the way I interpret it, yes.
Maybe there's a way of opening up to finding more threads of this. Seeing what direction they go in and see if they all lead back to the same place.
I can certainly give it a try. I just need something that has made contact with it, and I can see if I can follow the thread from there.
I glanced at Arifir.
Yes, I suppose.
Okay. And I take Arufir's hand. And I am going to see if I can feel this thread, this unusual magic that he's used at this point. I think I've been around Arufir enough to recognize the familiar bits of magic that he's used, so I'm just going to look for the one unknown.
I shoot a look at Vega.
Okay. You need to roll, but I'm thinking as to what you're gonna roll.
Okay. And I think, especially after the conversation I've had with Vega, with having a goal has been helping with the anger, I would like to try and use the anger to power and fuel this search as well.
Okay. All right, you can go ahead and roll your... Sorry, say again exactly what you're trying to do. You said it, but I just want you to repeat it so that I am clear.
Oh, now I'm nervous. I see magic and I guess objects in the world with that threads that connect each other and I can recognize like the typical threads of magic that Arufa typically uses.
Right.
I want to locate the one unfamiliar one that I don't know and follow that thread to where it's led to, where it's coming from.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your magic skill.
Would divination make sense for this?
You could use divination. You could also use the other one. Either one will work.
The other one, wait. What is
Mhm. Do you?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. You do have a 10 or 20 shift, depending on how angry you are. I will let you decide. The angrier, the bigger the shift. Although that will affect how the information is transmitted, or how you receive it.
I think it's just a shift of 10.
Okay.
I think Arufa arriving has settled my anger a bit. I don't have as much to wield right now. 55, double success.
Bitch! Oh! Okay, it's not unfamiliar to you.
Oh.
I would like to check his working out, because as he does this, I want to see...
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and
I
roll.
want to confirm that he's pulling on the same thread, or at least a thread that leads to the same place as what is my black magic. Do I get any shift? I am holding his hand.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, so
Yes,
99?
yeah. 10. You can have a 10 shift.
99.
99
Did you give me a number?
Oh yeah, we gotta get you a new sheet.
Oh.
I'm literally gonna make you
Yes,
a new
we
one
do.
right now.
This is why.
Okay. 87. Failure. What do you think happens? Because I think, again, failure doesn't mean that you don't get the information.
I think I'm holding his hand.
And you're, oh, stop it!
And that's why I looked... That's why I looked at Vega.
Oh my god, okay. Ooh. I need to get my shit together because this is good shit. Okay, Raz, it's not unfamiliar to you. It's maybe something he hasn't used before, but you're familiar with it.
Is it the debt magic that I've been using?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. As I'm holding onto Rufa's hand, there's a very concentrated look on my face. I have my eyes closed, so we can see behind the lids my eyes kind of darting as they follow this thread. And then I open my eyes and I look very concerned. The magic, you said you felt an immense fear from it, right?
Yes.
Well, I found the thread. I saw the magic that you used, the dread magic, and I've used it before. Many times, it seems. It's the debt magic that I've been pulling from. I suppose I've been pulling from that sea, that lake, without knowing.
Well, that makes two of you then. The other Razroth was using it to jump between these worlds.
Does that mean that this Razroth could use it to jump between the worlds too?
Am I going to
Presumably,
have to?
but we don't want him to do that for...
No. Not yet.
We need him here. Vega, what do you sense?
I will close my eyes and once again try and do the thing where I try and feel for the magic in the air. And see if there's anything that feels unfamiliar.
And can I aid?
Ooh,
Since apparently I'm very...
Yes, yeah, especially because he vocalized it out loud. So you know she's trying to figure this out, so... How do you think you would aid her in this?
I honestly think it's as simple as at least from what I understand, I don't think Vega sees the world or the magic as threads, and me describing it as threads probably doesn't help their understanding of it. So I think I want to close my eyes and quite literally guide her hand to I guess her arcane hand to the thread.
Oh,
So she
yeah.
can hold onto it and...
Okay, you can have a 20 shift, Vega.
I'm gonna roll intuition. Partial success.
What do you think happens?
I think I get a taste of something, but not enough to define it. It's just that.
It's probably fear then. You probably feel the dread that everybody else seems to feel when they...
Did I not feel fear or dread when I felt it?
Not this time. Nope.
Not this time, okay.
Not with that 55, you didn't.
Oh yeah, no, there's something there. There's definitely something there. Oof, that is unpleasant. I can see why you wouldn't want to follow that and go back to it. Nope, nope, no, 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 no.
Razaroth, if you were not to call it debt magic, what would you call it?
Well, quite honestly, debt magic seems to fit it the most for how I've used it and experienced it. I've
And how have
never
you
felt
used it?
dread. To borrow from places and times. The desiccation was most likely the first time I used it on a grand scale, but I'd used it to do a smaller thing as light candles using flames from yesterday. Or
What if he's been intuitively taking from just different worlds, not from past and futures of this world, just accidentally going sideways the whole time? What if the reason this feels terrifying and horrible for us is because this isn't ours? But he's so used to doing it by now that he just feels like it's nothing.
Yes, but he's describing summoning, evocating. These are things that are not part of this school of magic that he seems to be intuitive with. And if all the Razrods are all pulling from this same well, this lake, and if they're all doing untold damage to other worlds, then that doesn't make sense. I do not believe that Razroth is our enemy. But perhaps
What does that mean
this
for
same
Lear
magic
as
is
well?
the magic that the other three are using.
wait.
Perhaps you are right. It is dead magic of a kind, but in truth, is there really anything? That magic isn't real. That magic is a way for the reigning kings of the lands to control the populace, to stop them from using magic in an unruly way. Simply cook their dinners, pull a new pig when one dies in the sty. It's just a way to control the magic and how people use it, those who can. Take away that definition. There is no way that debt magic spans worlds as a united law of magic. So yes, he may have been using it in that way, and perhaps there is a debt of sorts, but
Then why would the water have gone? What is this wound? Whose voice was I hearing? All the way...
you're still pulling from somewhere. You are, in essence, creating a debt. But the understanding of it is twisted. It's why I've worked so long to work on illusion, so as not to have to constantly summon from further along in the timeline or pull from elsewhere across the land through creation negates that.
I don't know then. I don't understand. If debt magic isn't real, if my understanding of it isn't correct, why did the desiccation happen? Where did I pull in the rain from? And if I keep using this, am I putting eyes on us?
We are always pulling from something somewhere, and often it is easier to trace a spell to the source. Names, for example, which is why I shall not refer to our trio as anything more than the enemy for now. Though, I do not fear them. At times I think it might be to our advantage to use their names, to pull their attention towards us. But we need to understand them better. Perhaps if we understand this magic. From now on, simply refer to your debt magic as summoning.
Okay.
Debt magic is an ugly name for a beautiful thing.
Summoning. The type of magic that Lear's been using with his sword, is that... do we know if that's from the same source?
It seems it's possible.
We should warn him.
Well, there are other worlds. Perhaps there are other schools of magic. Perhaps even my understanding is outdated.
But for them to cross over into our world, there must be some relation between them. Something that makes them all harmonious, or something that brings them together somehow.
Well, they are from the same place as the other Razroth. They were the wards to Lear. Perhaps in their world they were taught magic differently to either you or myself here in the keep.
Well, we should warn them. With the other me still there, can I come back?
No. You cannot be in the same place at the same time. But we shall leave you here for now. Myself and Vega can go back. Perhaps we can figure something out. This creature, it is trapped in Lear's sword. We cannot take the other Razroth away while that thing lays somewhat dormant inside the blade, so I was hoping, Vega, that you and I could put our minds together and perhaps figure out a way to break the bond, the tether between the other Razroth and that creature.
Yeah, no, that sounds very doable, and something I can definitely help with.
If we simply break the bond or destroy the creature, it seems it might kill the other Razroth, so this should be more surgical than perhaps you or I have been used to over the last year.
Yep, less more precision, okay? We can do that, yeah. Are you gonna be okay, Raz?
Yes, I'll be fine.
This tower is warded somewhat. Try not to dwell too long on the enemy or pull at that thread while you're here alone.
I would be careful even saying names of anybody, to be honest. Or even thinking of them. Just remember to breathe.
Before we go, Vega, perhaps you and I could put our minds to one thing. The drought 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Raz, you pulled the rain from the sky, but you failed. There was a mishap. You pulled it from the rivers, right?
It seems so, yes.
What if it wasn't Razroth? What if it was interference? A precursor for this? Something to destabilize everything and our understandings.
Like someone tried to sabotage it deliberately, put us in this position.
It's possible.
It is.
Well, whoever it is, we need to find them, and if it was sabotage, we need to make them pay.
I suspect, perhaps you and I together could divine and see the truth of the drought, of the magic and the spell that Razroth cast that day.
I wonder if there's a way of going back and trying to sense if there's any interference, any unusual magic that we don't recognize.
Okay. We shall do that, and then we will head back to the camp with the others. If we can figure out a way to move the other Razroth, we can bring you to them. I do think that the other Razroth has been to quite enough. I should like to perhaps put him in a quiet village, give him a moment to catch his breath, while the rest of us head towards... yes, Lear will be taking everybody through the Dragnir tunnels down towards Blackbird's bed. And from there, Woundwood. I would presume across Six March and Bastion, but I did consider maybe going to Canberra and sailing. Still.
Sailing?
Oh, we shall have to sail either way.
Yeah, that's fine. I could not get seasick. Probably. That'd be fine. But
Very well. Raz,
Yes?
put your feet up. We'll return soon enough.
Okay.
and maybe pick up journaling. Journaling can be good. You know, write down some of your thoughts and things and just get them on the paper. Out of your head.
I'll give that a try. Thank you.
Or just drink and help yourself to an apple.
We'll be back
Right
before you
then.
know it.
I grabbed my staff this time, which I didn't take with me before, and I forgot to mention, by the way, during last week's session.
Why didn't you take it with you?
I left it here as a homing thing in case I couldn't find Raz or Vega to
Right.
get back,
Okay.
in case something went wrong. This time I do take it with me because I think we're going to need all the help we can get, and I hit Vega and I attempt to send myself back to that point.
You have to do it like that every time.
Okay, so to be clear, you're going back all the way to when?
When
I say it.
when Raz pulled the rain from the sky, which was that 6 years ago?
When he
No,
made it
6 years
rain?
ago was the drought.
Yes.
Yeah,
It would have been...
when he
Mhm.
fucked it up.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So like just like a few minutes before he casts that spell.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me.
I would be helping.
Yep, absolutely. You can have a 20 shift. And you can choose who rolls if
I'm
you
helping her,
feel like-
she's helping me,
Yeah, I
and I
was
have a
just gonna-
staff.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, so...
We We do a thing where you can stand, I can grab her stuff and she can grab my stuff.
Oh my god, that's fucking badass. Okay.
And we realized at one point that it just makes us so much stronger.
Yes,
Circuit.
absolutely.
Complete the circuit.
Dual cast, yeah.
Okay, yep. You can have
Perfect
a
circuit.
20 shift for that. Max shift.
All right.
Good luck.
Partial success.
All right. What do you think happens, or what do we see?
It only needs to be a partial success because I'm only bringing me. She can bring herself.
All right. That means that she's going to have to roll again, but you can have your shift as well. I like that, where he rolls for him and you roll for your... Ooh, okay. So, what do you think
Failure.
happens?
I get there and she doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I think
I'm
as
just
well.
empty-handed.
All right, then.
Were you meant to go with him?
Yeah. Sometimes we're just not quite on the same wavelength, you know, it just sort of doesn't quite...
Would it help if I was a conduit of some sort? You are going to, I suppose, find or watch me?
Maybe that would help. Yeah, maybe, what if you really, really, really tried hard to remember what happened, what you were doing, where you were when you did it, and then I could use that to try and guide me, like a beacon?
You don't need to worry. I haven't forgotten, and I don't think I will.
Okay. And, you probably shouldn't feel anything from this, but you might feel a little tickling, you know, just on the inside of your nose, something like that.
I'm ready, Vega.
And I would like to do what I have done before, which is seeing into sort of the memories, the mind, a little bit, and just getting the hints of location, just to like triangulate and figure out where to go.
Go ahead and roll for it. Oh. Partial success. If you would like, I can make that a full success. But you are calling on help, or something is helping you. It is a familiar something.
After what we've just spoken about, no.
Okay. Please roll one more time for me.
Same roll?
Divination or anything to protect your brain from magic.
Any shift?
No.
83 failure.
Thank you. Okay, so partial success. What do you think happens then? 'Cause I have a thought, but I'd love to hear your thought first.
I think I am mentally transported, but I'm not physically there.
I was gonna say, how about you are traversing his memory of the event, whereas your fear actually goes back to the event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's very cool. All right, now, I think that means we see Vega's eyes go completely white. They kind of, her head tilts back a little bit. And Raz, what does it feel
Vega.
like when someone enters your mind, I guess, your memory?
My mind.
Yeah, are you recalling it so that she can walk through it? I kind of like that idea,
Yes.
like you know what's happening.
Yes.
Okay.
I think out of all the memories he has, the casting of this spell to end the drought and the desiccation, the day of the desiccation, are the two memories most vivid in his mind. He replays them over and over again in his head. So I think this is probably an extraordinarily detailed memory. It might even take a moment for Vega to realize that this is all mental and not physical. And it initially feels like, I think it feels like she's being dragged into it. Like there's strings, like a marionette strings on her arms, legs, the top of her head, and she's been yanked into this memory before she's let loose.
Okay. And before we go back in time, in both memory and actuality, we are going to switch scenes. Somewhere else. Mm-hmm.
Well, where's the mage? Time is of the essence.
Are we looking to leave quickly?
I believe we were told so now. You know, the longer we wait, the longer all this continues, no?
Right. I start to look around. How far are we from Hag's Hollow?
Ooh, that is a good question. Not far, I don't think, right? Because all of this happened inside Hag's Hollow. So I think you're still on the outskirts. I don't think you've moved unless you would like to tell me that you've moved. I think you were fairly close to the Gilded Hare.
No, yes, we haven't moved far from there at all. It's still in eyeshot. I do believe the mage mentioned to go find the entrance to these tunnels, no?
Yes.
It's probably going to be a day or two's worth of travel, which you are welcome to embark on, because I'm sure the mage can find you wherever you are.
Of course he can. Narrator.
Mm-hmm.
How does my sword feel right now?
That is a very good question. You can roll for me if you like.
What would you like me to roll?
Your magic stat. Or
Okay.
divination. Anything that can sense intuition is fine as well.
Alright, then divination it shall be. 88 doubles.
Okay. I am going with my instinct. It is a failure. It is 88. It's doubles, which means it's, kind of catastrophic in that way. I think the sword, I think you're going to hear some sounds in your mind, but they're coming from the sword. You will hear the sound of the creature, and then I think you hear a distorted sound of Raz. I don't think you pick it up as Raz's voice, but it is very human compared to the monstrous sound that you heard from this creature.
Right.
And it's painful, and I think you feel that. And the sword will feel heavy for you, but not physically, just emotionally weighing on you for the rest of the day.
I would like to draw it out.
Okay.
So I reached down to my scabbard and I just unsheathed the sword. It's strange, I suppose, pulling out because, as you say, this weight isn't physical. It's almost as if, like it's hard trying to repress a bad memory, but in physical form,
Yes.
like it's just... And I pull it out and I examine the sword itself. What do I see?
I think you see the glowing runes, but they're black now instead of gold. Or red. What were they before? I think the most recent one was red, correct?
It was red before, yes. But now the runes glow black.
That's right.
Okay. The spell I had on it before to allow me to lift it. Is it still on the sword, and if not, would I notice?
Ooh. I actually don't think you have to roll. I'm going to leave that up to you. Whatever your instinct says.
Because if it is still on the sword's going to feel like too light, There's a reason why there's balance to a sword and a blade to make it heavy so you can hit something, but also so you can, It's strange. Speak to Jude about it. But, I'm gonna say that, perhaps it's gone? Something else has superseded it now.
What do you think that something is?
I don't know. It might have something to do with the the voices, the sounds I heard earlier. But, I suppose I'm going to resheath it and not speak of it again. I don't think I trust these people around me, but I don't know if they would know what to do about this, so I just sheath it. And I look up to Titus and I say, Titus!
Yeah?
How are you with orienteering? We need to find this cave entrance.
I'm fairly slow at it, I'd say. But before we go, if I could suggest, I need to go find that Holderkin. Just before we go to the tunnels.
Okay. Kinnison, what for?
I have an idea. And I'm not sure if it's going to work, but it might help us.
Very well.
I can go alone or I can go with you guys. I don't mind either way, but if time is of the essence, then...
Time is, but I
let
don't...
you go alone.
Well, I mean, I could polymorph and scurry away and no one would think anything of it, but...
I look to Estrella while he's saying all this to gauge her response.
I'm unresponsive. I'm just sitting there, listening.
Would I find that weird, GM? Strange. These two are supposed to be kindred wards, yet they don't seem to necessarily have any sort of connection.
I don't think you need to ask me. I think your instinct that you thought it was strange, I think you would.
Okay.
If
I
it
suppose
occurs
I'll
to
bring
you
that up with Razroth.
Right, yeah.
I think it might alarm her if she is to speak to a spider.
I don't think so.
She did meet him as a spider.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right.
However, I think it's for the best if we all go together. Unless, of course, you feel like we're going to hold you back, but even if we did, that wouldn't matter in this case because I've spoken. That point to my crown.
I didn't think you'd hold me back. I just thought I could catch up as well. You know, I could 2 legs, 8 legs. Move a bit quicker.
Okay, quick test then before you go hunting down this so-called wife. What is her name?
I believe it's Millicent Bogsworth. You tell me then.
Okay, repeat after me.
Okay.
Kinnison.
I already lost. Bogsworth?
Kinnison.
Kinnison?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bogfith.
Bogfith.
Bogfoth.
Bogfoth.
It's like the west of Din. Yeah, it's that accent. Bogfith.
Oh, okay.
Fifth. Bogfith.
Bogfith. Okay.
Yeah. Bogfith. Welton.
Welton.
Meyer.
Meyer.
Lear.
Lear.
Okay. Now all at once.
I've already forgotten half of it. Kinnison, Bogsfith, Welton, Meyer, Lear.
Kennethan, Bogfith, Walton, Meyer, Lear. Yes, correct. Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. You see, Lear kind of... I don't know what's going on in my mind right now. I think I'm in 2 places at once with the voices from the sword and all this going on. But I think I'm in a good enough place for this right now. And I say to Titus, well, lead the way.
All right. I think it was south of here, if I'm not mistaken.
It was south.
Okay.
And-
oh, sorry. Please, Titus. go
No, you're
ahead.
fine. I was going to see if I could track the Holderkin.
Go ahead and roll. Are you doing anything special for this tracking?
I'm looking for a very specific set of prints from her hair and from the Holderkin's feet. It's not like any animal we've ever seen. So if there
Right.
are any tracks, I figure it's probably easier to spot than a deer per se.
Okay. It is. She is tiny. She's the size of a potato, so it might not be easier to spot. What I mean is, are you only using your physical senses? Are you...
No, I would look for any magical traces as well that might appear in the air as she's been gathering these
Okay.
magical heirlooms.
And are you using anything to help bolster your magic? For example, a feather? Or... Just because I know that you're newer, so I know you've missed out on some of the learning on how we can bolster the magic. So you could potentially use something.
I would like to see if there's any traces of rabbit hair as well.
Yeah,
in
there you go.
comparison
Okay.
to normal creatures.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and... Did she touch you? I don't think she did. She just looked
I
at
do
you.
not believe so.
No, she
Yes.
didn't. Okay. All right, go ahead and roll for me.
No shift, correct?
No shift. Success! 28. All right, what happens?
We begin to wander towards where the creepy evil woods were frolicking. And I think we find the perfect set of prints. It's very clearly that large gray hair and then this mystery track that we've never seen before.
Okay. And you follow this track all the way back to where Kinnison and the rest of the Holderkin are eagerly working on their flying ships, their contraptions. And I don't think they notice you all at first, which is pretty strange, I'd say, for them. You're also giants, but that is just how focused on what they are doing they are. Who speaks first?
I nudge Lear.
Oh,
Newlywed.
watch it, you. Kinnison! Kinnison! No? Is that how it does? Is
No,
this
that's,
okay?
yeah, that works. Can you do me a favor, though? I just need you to roll. What skills do you have in your heart, your soul stat?
In my soul stat.
Yeah, what do you have in there?
Social graces, kingly presence, vaulted mind,
Kingly
learned
presence.
linguist.
Roll
okay,
that one,
all right.
please.
Okay, it's a pity it's my worst one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know that when I told
If
you to do
I-
it. I promise. Uh-huh.
If I couldn't... just... more doubles. It's just more doubles.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy. Okay, thank you. That's it. That's all I needed. Okay.
All right.
Hello?
Over here!
Hello! What are you doing here?
We're here to make a request. I believe. I turned to,
A request?
Yeah, a request. You remember when you met us outside of the wood? We gave you we said you could collect any of the feathers from our Dalamirs.
Oh, yeah, I do.
So when we were walking, you said that you could duplicate me.
Oh,
I was wondering if that was still on the table.
I mean, I can certainly do that, but are you sure? You haven't changed your mind based on, the several warnings I gave you?
I'm certain. Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to do that now?
Is now a good time?
What does that
Is
mean?
this good? Well, it seems you and your family or your clan are very busy with your
Oh, yeah, we've been doing that for 50 years.
Okay.
We're almost done, though. I think. I'm pretty
How
sure.
close?
I don't know. Maybe she looks at a device now that she has had since your arrival. Okay, it's brand new to you. But it looks like some sort of spinning clock / compass. And it's just really bizarre to look at. And she goes, 3 weeks your time, I think is how you say it. Is that right?
Okay, yeah.
And she kind of shows it to you. You have no idea what it is, but it looks like it might be some sort of weird calendar or clock or maybe a mix between the two. Is that right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, wonderful.
I
Okay. Yeah, I can do it for you now.
A question before you just poof a new me.
Well, that's not how it works, but yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Will they remember everything that I've experienced?
Would you like them to?
Is it possible to have a me from a while ago?
I can try. You're making it a
Well-
little bit more complicated,
Okay.
but it might also actually be easier. What do you think is harder? Creating an exact duplicate, or creating a duplicate that doesn't have as much information as you have in its brain? I think that might actually be easier.
Okay. Or would it be easier if I was a spider? Those are all my questions.
That definitely would not be easier if you were a spider, unless you wanted a spider version of you. In which
It's
case,
possible.
this whole thing is so much easier. Because that's a lot less mass, yeah. If you're okay with the spider version duplicate of you running around, then sure.
We're gonna go with
Where are
that
you-
then.
Going with this, Titus.
I think it's really hard for any of us to get a full understanding of how somebody feels, right? You can say you understand how they feel, you can act like it, and you can sympathize and empathize, but I don't think anyone's ever gonna understand you like you do yourself. There's a couple of different ways this can go. But at the very least, through magic, somebody will fully understand me and the decisions that I've made. Whether they're for better or for worse, I do not know. But at the very minimum, they understand.
I'm sorry, you want me to do this magic for a friend? You want a friend?
No, that's the worst case scenario
Okay.
of
That's
all
because
this.
because you got people standing around.
No,
That's
yeah,
pretty rude.
of course, that's
I think I would be hurt and insulted by that.
no,
Okay,
no, that's
but I'm not.
You would see my face is visibly, absolutely enraged. And I walk off.
I think as he was saying this, I would have been looking at Astrea. Because the stuff he's saying right now is alien to me. To not have somebody there with you who
Right.
knows you. I have too. Always have. I think I'm going to look at Titus and I'm going to say, my friend, I'm so sorry that you have to go through something like this for
I
that.
appreciate it. Like I said, it's not why I'm doing it, but in the case that none of this works, there has to be a bright side.
I understand.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm going to turn away at this moment and follow Astrea, I think.
Okay. So what are you trying to do?
I'm essentially trying to make myself a familiar. But instead of enslaving another being, it's just another version of me.
Oh, okay.
Is that odd?
A little bit, yeah. You don't think that's weird?
I think we've seen far stranger things.
Have you? Like what?
I looked at Jude.
We have seen some bizarre things, yes. But Titus... I would think that you know better than anyone what it means to be enslaved to another being. If you're not going to do it to someone else, you're okay doing it to yourself? It's not really... It's you, but it's... still another being the moment they're created.
I mean, she has
Is it not the
point.
same?
I understand. I mean, if it... Like I said to Lear, it all goes to ruin, at least for a moment, someone understood.
I know what it feels like to not be understood fully. Perhaps not as much as you.
But not in the same way. That's the whole point of this.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, this is your philosophical burden to bear if you do it. Your responsibility for another you. I'm sure you're aware of that. You wouldn't ask otherwise, correct? And I certainly wouldn't be the arbiter of morality in this, so I suppose it's up to Kinnison.
Well, I'm currently battling my curiosity versus how really dark and messed up that is. Okay, so to get this straight, you want an exact replica of you as a spider, but with all your thoughts and feelings as well, and cognitive ability?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're gonna link this to you somehow? How are you gonna do that? Or am I supposed to do that?
No, I don't want anything to be involuntary.
Okay.
I believe if there was another Titus like me, and he knew what we know now, he'd want to help.
So you do want him to have all your current memories
Yes.
and things. Okay.
I changed my mind as we...
that makes sense.
went along.
That would make sense. Okay. Okay. You know what? I think that might be easier. I don't know. Just take and then make another one. It should be easy enough, I think. It might have been harder to actually remove information. I don't know. Okay, so you want me to duplicate you as a spider, but with all of your stuff, and you're hoping that you, as a spider, unspiderfy, and then just agree to be your familiar?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck. Well, what's to say he doesn't want you to be his familiar?
It's a fair point.
Because he might think exactly the way you do, and not, I mean, do you want to die? Do you want to be enslaved? I don't think so. If another one of you showed up right now and said, hey, you know everything, you know why I'm here, surprise. Would you do it? Honestly.
Yeah, think so.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, let's hope you're right, because if you're wrong, you're probably both gonna die in some weird battle to the death or something. I told you that's what happened before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You did.
All right. And is Lear Vega Jude Kinnison okay with this? Jude.
Hey,
He is? You sure?
uh,
He's not gonna, be mad that I did this, right?
I don't believe he would be mad, no.
Okay.
It's a interesting
It is.
question.
Oh, I thought you meant this whole thing is interesting.
Well, that as well, but I mean, this whole thing is an interesting question.
Oh, it's totally terrible. It's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
But if he's okay with it, who am I to stop him?
We are assuming that the Titus you create, who possesses this Titus's mind, who is so sure that he would be okay with it, will be okay with it. And I suppose at that point, whose business is it? Of ours?
I'm sorry. The GM and me got possessed and took over for a second. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess I will try to help you. Okay. This way, I guess.
Okay.
We probably don't want to do this near all of our instruments and things that we're building and making and stuff. We should probably head as close to the wood as possible. And if you're actually okay with it, we could go into the woods a little bit. It would make this a lot easier for me, because there's a whole bunch of magic everywhere that I could just, borrow.
I'm into the wood.
Yeah. Okay, you're okay making a duplicate of yourself to do whatever to and enslave, but you're not okay going into the woods?
I'm not going to enslave the other me. It's that I'm going
Right.
to have a conversation about the current state of things,
Right.
Kinnison, and then
Okay.
hopefully I will understand and be all right working together.
Okay.
Partners. You're looking for a partner.
In a way.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yep. All right then. This way, I guess. We'll just head into the woods.
All right.
And she is going to lead you into the creepy wood. I need you both to roll for me. Jude, I'm assuming you are going with him.
I am going with him, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I need you to go ahead and roll for me. And I need you to roll. What do I want you to roll? Ooh, this is a very good question. I think I would like you to roll twice any sort of magic
Okay.
protection that you have and your observation skill.
And if we have
Magic
nothing, just base
protection.
9. Yeah.
Sorry, what did you just say, Johnny?
If we don't have anything specifically towards magical protection, right?
Right. You can do intuition or whatever your dying skill is, but it should be intuition.
Gotcha. So dine then observe. Gotcha.
Right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I cannot wait. Holy shit, Jude rolled a 92! Okay. Okay. And
Not ideal.
not ideal at all. I'm not excited about this at all. Not at all. Titus is your, I see, you're 59 partial and 54 partial. Man. Okay. Of all the people you took with you, you took Jude. Okay, Jude, I think when you walk into this wood, I need you to describe what we see, because Jude is going to experience one of her worst fears as she enters the wood. You are very clear and aware that it is not real, that it is a projection from the wood, but what is it?
I am a child. And I didn't train hard enough this afternoon. I am hiding in the basement. And there are shoes coming down the stairs. And I wish to not exist. I close my eyes and just wish to not exist. To be invisible. To not be here. To not be anywhere. I promise I will train harder tomorrow. If I train harder tomorrow, will it be enough?
Okay. How do you think Jude reacts to experiencing this again and also knowing it is not real, it is a projection from the wood?
I'm sad.
Why?
Because I'm not a child. And I know what it is to look upon a child now. I'm not there. I'm someone else. And I'm angry and sad that someone would think she didn't train enough. And I'm just very shaken. Just waves of cortisol in my body, probably.
What I notice
spinning
is
out a little bit.
No, because you're experiencing your own. Titus, why don't you tell us one of your worst fears, memory as well? It actually doesn't have to be a memory, just one of your worst fears.
I think I've always been scared that I'm the one holding them back. I'm not like Razroth. I don't fight like Estrella. And all my strategizing and trying to plan for the best possible outcome has never worked out. I'm scared that everything that I touch in some way, shape, or form will turn to ash. I suppose I'm sick of feeling like a burden. Like the child that needs rescued. Ironically, I guess that's why I'm doing this.
I'm not saying this to dissuade you, because I actually find this incredibly interesting, what you are about to attempt. But I will give you one last time to not do it. This is going to come at a great cost, what you're doing, if you succeed.
In what way do I sense that?
Probably
Like in my gut?
fear. Yeah, probably fear. But it's also coming at the same time as this fearful memory that you realize the woods are projecting onto you. So I don't know how you would interpret that.
I think just for once I would like to feel brave. Even if it's blind or ignorant.
All right. Okay. We are here.
I think we can, I think this will do. Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just,
right. Did you get the, do not trespass? Right. Sorry, I should have maybe warned you about that. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. And I whip out like what looks like a tome of information out of my coat of many pockets, which I just call a pocket because the whole thing is a pocket to me. And I pull out this tome and I'm flipping through it very quickly. And I go, okay, oh, wait. And then I reach into another pocket of my pocket. Okay, I pull out my glasses and then I continue flipping through. Okay, I got it. All right, so we are going to need, we're going to need 2 of everything, okay? We need some of your skin, hair, any bodily fluid you're willing to share, but blood would be best. A tooth if you're willing to part with one of those, and or something else that's like rooted in you. That would be great. Probably a tooth, fingernail would also do. And are you gonna help, Miss Jude?
In what way
Well,
does one help?
I mean, I could just, we could draw on the magic together, and the more of us, the better. It'll be easier. You don't have to actually do any of the speaking or the focusing, but if I could just use you, like maybe like a lens or something, or, a container
I
to
looked
hold
at
some of the
Titus.
magic.
I looked at Titus. You're doing this, yes? There's nothing I can do to stop you.
I am, but it's not your
You
trouble.
need this?
Do we need this, Kinnison? Does she have
Do
to be...
you need this? Titus, do you need this?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, I'll help. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So I need you. How familiar are you with alchemy?
More familiar, I suppose, than other types of magic, yes?
Great. Can you take that piece of charcoal there on the ground, and I'm gonna need you to draw this in the ground, but big enough for us all to sit around and for him to lay down in, okay? So why don't you go ahead and lay down? Titus it is, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and lay down and let her draw this around you. Okay, great.
okay.
And tooth, please, whenever you're ready. You're gonna need to... Yep. Okay,
Just-
I'll be... Yeah, just however you remove that. Do you want her to do it? Or do you want me to do it? You probably want her to do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
You get to it. I'll be back. I need to collect some things. And then maybe do this and that. Wow, this is crazy.
I don't suppose you have any. I think we're probably gonna have to do this though. How much do you like your smile?
Not that much. I haven't used it in a long time, so... A few teeth won't be
And
too
you went and
bad.
said some shit like that. Can't punch you in the face now.
I was thinking we could
Say
maybe
something.
pull it out with magic. Maybe not
Oh.
brute force it. That might be smarter.
Oh, you're right. That is something that we could do. Sorry, old habits die hard.
I guess so.
Oh, look, a smile. Well done. I would like to use magic to pull his tooth out.
Go ahead and roll for me.
It's a good question of summoning, I suppose, would probably make the most sense. I don't have anything in that.
Yeah, that probably would. Are you sure you want to use magic to pull
Summon.
out his tooth? I mean, you can. I don't want to dissuade you. Do whatever you want.
I think I'm gonna get close.
Uh-huh.
And make like I'm
Gonna do magic, and then you're
about
just gonna.
to. I'm gonna do, and then I'm just gonna. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna punch him in the mouth.
Okay. Go ahead and roll either general knowledge or anything in mental for me to give you this piece of information.
Would love to do that.
4, success.
Ooh.
She's going to need the root. She very specifically said anything that is rooted in your body. So punching him is probably going to break the root, and you're going to have to get another tooth.
Got it. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
God,
this is
how
super
can I
gross, I
get-
know, but you're going to need to yank that tooth out
I'm gonna
so that
yank it out.
the root is still there.
Yeah, the problem is I don't have any like
A knife,
tooth
leverage.
yanking. Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
just dig right under there, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could use magic to like numb the pain, but you rolled a 4, so any emotion that he feels during this will be very helpful. So you probably don't want to use magic to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, guys. This magic isn't like in D&D where you just all bows and rainbows. It's
it's
very
just like here it goes.
yeah. This is super. You're doing a super fucked up thing. You need super fucked up shit.
Sorry. So you just said that any emotion that he
Yes.
feels
Yes.
would help.
Will help. Yes, because it makes
I'm
it
gonna walk up to him.
right. It means
with
that
a knife.
she's got less to build. If there's nothing, then there's nothing for her when she uses the tooth. So yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna look him in the eyes. Say, I'm sorry about this. And then I'm gonna hold his chin, his mouth open, and pull out my knife. And I'm gonna go for one of the back ones, middle back, on the lower side. I don't want to ruin his smile. And
Who would want that? Okay.
I'm gonna say, I'm so sorry. We're all gonna hate this. I'm gonna say, Estrella really loves you, you know? And then I'm gonna start digging in to the tooth to pop it out.
Holy shit. Okay.
You told me he needs emotion. I rolled
love
for he
it.
needs emotion.
Listen, I love it. It's perfect, and it will help me. It'll give me a shift. Cute little Kinnison.
Okay.
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 I need you to roll your body skill for me. You can have a 20 shift.
Should I do blade defends the helpless?
You can use anything in your body stat that
Anything?
you feel is
Got it.
appropriate. You can also just use your highest stat in body. This is a precision strike, but like you're very skilled
would
at
be-
this. But I just need to
Okay.
see the roll to see what the effects are, and if you roll, it's exactly
Well-
what just happened.
Great.
Holy
And it's
fuck.
also 4.
Holy fuck!
4, 4, 4.
For those listening, she has rolled a 44. Partial success doubles, however. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Titus, what are you feeling when she says Estrella really loves you and then physically yanks or cuts the tooth out, digs the tooth out?
I'm levering and popping that tooth out.
She's kind of technically going to rip that tooth out because you got to have the roots come with it. Sorry, this is very graphic. We don't have to get super graphic any more so than we already have.
As much as it physically pains me to have this tooth popped out of my head, I don't find joy in hearing Jude say that, but to me, it's like when something really clicks in your head. It's like, yeah, this is why I'm doing this. She doesn't understand. Nobody really understands. So to me, it's kind of almost an affirmation. Plus the pain of getting your tooth pulled out.
Okay. What emotions do I have to draw on as Kinnison? Pain? Is there any fear? Why don't you just tell me what I've got to work with?
Definitely pain, fear, probably a splash of anguish, a whole lot of hope. Hope that it works.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
probably a slight bit of anxiety because my gut was telling me that, hey, this comes at a great cost.
Okay. All right. What else did she ask you for? I've forgotten. It made sense to me in my
Skin,
brain.
hair,
Skin, hair. You
tooth.
need something rooted for your body, right? Which is your tooth. And nothing else, right? Yet. Just those three things. Rule of threes. Got it. Okay. Cool.
Blood.
Oh yeah, blood. That's right. Okay, so we collect these things. Yes. Absolutely, Estrella. Whenever you want.
I just want it to be clear that after I do that to him, I kind of give him like a very gruff pat on the back.
Like you did it.
You know? Like,
well done.
good job, buddy.
Okay. So I think it probably takes a little bit of time for Kinnison to kind of prepare everything. You've done the charcoal circle with weird symbols. Why don't you actually go no, you know what? I'm not going to have you roll for that. Are you the one that did painting with Vega?
I was never very good at it, no. But she would often make me paint with her. Or, not make me, but I thought it would make her happy. So I would paint with her sometimes. But it was, you know, like a child's very cute happy face or something compared to her beautiful landscapes.
Okay, but you can draw
simple
circles and
symbols
shit,
I
right?
can do. Yes, yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
All right, so you have drawn basically this circle on the ground, and there's some very strange symbols that you do not recognize. Titus is laying down in the middle of it all. You've collected the tooth, the hair, how do you collect the blood, actually?
Well,
I made him
typically
spit in the
I'll-
cup. He's bleeding from his mouth.
Typically, I'll prick myself or cut my palms, but we got all the juice we need.
Yeah, okay.
Right there
So
in my mouth.
you spit into a vial.
Yep.
Yes, this is great because we get spit and blood. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
Having two of yourself isn't all it's chalked up to be.
I said, are we ready?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. Okay, now it might get a little weird here for a second, but I promise you I know what I'm doing. I think. I've never done this before, but it's pretty clear exactly what I need to be doing. Okay. Jude, can I have you just sit right there on that point? And
Yeah.
chest up to the sky, and I need you to be open. Like a
In what way?
Like a container that I'm opening and going to put a bunch of magic into, and you're just gonna sit there and you're gonna hold it for me until I need it. That way I don't
Okay.
have to conjure it up from somewhere else, right? Because you're right there
Right.
holding it for me.
A
Okay,
vessel.
exactly.
Okay.
You ready?
I suppose so.
Yeah. I'm
Go
ready.
ahead and roll, Jude.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
this is so cool.
What am I rolling?
Thank you for this gift, Titus. Roll your strongest dying stat. Because you're willing, right? You're just opening yourself up. You better succeed.
That would be alchemy.
Oh
Wow.
my god! Oh my god!
Bro.
Oh my god, bro!
I have never been more open.
What the fuck?
Just enter.
Dude! Okay, sorry, for those listening, she rolled an 11? Oh my god, okay, fuck. Shit. I have to think about what this is gonna be like. I think this leaves something with you, Jude. I just don't know what it is yet. I do know what it is yet. Don't forget to mark your wheels, guys, when you roll doubles.
Yes, I'm doing
a
it,
couple
yeah.
have done today. Dude, bump your alchemy by 1 point permanently. Yeah.
Oh.
See, I told you Jude wanted to come along.
Yeah.
Easy.
I might even go so far as to say 2 permanently, because you're
Really?
literally opening yourself up to the magic of the of what's happening here and what Kinnison is doing, and she and her people are very, very skilled at this. So you're basically sitting down with your fear, getting like a crazy lesson, except they know magic different to your fear. So it's pretty fucking cool. So yeah, okay. All right. So you've bumped that permanently now to 37, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Why don't you describe what this feels like? I'm not gonna say shit. I want your interpretation.
So I just want to clarify the machinery that's happening here. She is using my body as a place to create the magic that is then going to become the new Titus. So essentially, am I holding the new Titus within me almost?
Yes. Mother.
Okay.
You are a vessel and a womb at the moment.
Okay.
But to be clear, to correct something you said, she's not creating the energy. She's taking it from the forest.
Taking it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Why did okay, by the way, this has all been one track. I did not just change that music. That Silent Hill shit came in on its own.
It's so Silent Hill, dude. I wanted to say. You were like, mommy, and then the Silent Hill music started playing.
It's like a 30-minute long track, okay? It just started on its own. It knew what was happening. All right.
Oh, so haunted.
Oh.
So haunted. I think actually, and I'm going to posit this and feel free to say no to this, but I think it would actually be really cool if, like, in this process, I almost get the understanding of Titus.
I was going to suggest that.
Yes.
Because
yeah.
the crazy thing is, and I don't know if we're far enough in the show now that I don't mind sharing little bits like this, but the fact that you were the one that came here is crazy enough by itself. But I do think you've rolled doubles, so it's whatever you think that you would like, but you do get something from this. This is just like such a crazy experience that you can be linked with Titus this way. You can have an understanding of him, whether it's because you actually feel the way he felt or if you just understand it. It's totally up to you.
I think I just understand it, because I think with this role I would still be holding some agency. Like, I think if I failed it, maybe if it was like a critical fail, then it would be like, oh, I get all the feelings. But in this way, it's kind of like I get to observe it from an outside perspective and sort of understand him. And then also as a result of that, I kind of understand how his brain works, which means I think I would unlock his magic. Like, I feel like I would unlock the way that I understand how he does magic.
Holy
and it
shit!
would make sense to me.
Yes, because you're both alchemists. Holy
I'm so glad you didn't say it, because I had it typed and I was like, please let her get a little bit of magic. Oh, yeah.
Dude, she rolled doubles. You guys can, yes, you can have this. Wow, that is fucking awesome. I love that. Okay.
Sick, bro.
Just to be clear for both of you, does this mean that she's going to do some transmutation?
Yeah.
Are you're going to be able to animal shift?
I think I would like to know how to do it, and then, I can make a decision as to whether or not to use it, or as to whether or not find a unique way to use the same properties in something that I would want to do.
Cool.
Because I don't want to be a clone of Titus the way that he wants this creature, this like new person to be. but now I feel like I understand him fully, like almost the way that he wanted this entire thing to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Is now me.
I like that. I also like that you understand how he's been transmuting his cells to become this like, you know, the spider.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very, very, very fucking cool. Okay. Holy shit. All right. I am also going to give you something else, but I think I need to type it to you. Actually, you get something, but I'll tell you it in a minute. But it's from this roll. Okay. We'll just do it cinematically. Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to roll now, but I'm going to actually make you roll, Titus, for it. What is your magic stat right now?
65.
No, your actual skill. Sorry. You were right. I was wrong. What is your skill underneath that?
My highest dying skill?
Mm-hmm.
Alchemy at 52.
Okay. So I need you to change that to an 82, just temporarily so you can roll for Kinnison. And then you're going to change it back when this is done. Okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and roll the skill. You have a 20 shift.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. I mean, how can you fail? That means she can't fail, right?
Yeah.
So we might have to do a 10 shift. But it doesn't matter. You rolled under it anyway. Okay. Oh my God.
Changing back now.
Sorry, don't change it back yet. Roll for me twice more, just so we don't have to do this again. And I have them in my back pocket.
No shift, correct?
10 shift. We need
Gotcha.
room for failure. I'm just checking if there are doubles, really, is what's happening here. Okay, cool. Starts off rough, and then she gets way better as she goes along. Okay, cool. For those listening, it was 75, 40, and 18. All were successes. Okay, so we see this cute little potato creature begins floating up off the ground, and she is chanting in this dark wood. Jude successfully manages to collect all of this magic. We hear a very strange crunching sound that's kind of reverberating around in the woods, almost like it's bones cracking, but also could be trees cracking. You know how they have a very similar sound sometimes? I think it oscillates between those senses for you, where you're thinking, okay, wait, is that what I think it is? And then it gets louder and begins to echo. Estrella, Lear,
Yes?
go ahead and roll in the background your observe skill, because you might hear this. Okay, and as that's happening, basically if you succeed, you can hear some of this now. Okay, so, and then she is chanting, her eyes now roll in the back of her head, and she's doing this for about, oh my God, Estrella rolled a 33 doubles. Estrella,
Sorry.
I think it's up to you, Estrella, but basically you could be fucking astral projecting yourself onto the scene if you want. You know exactly what's happening here, and you can hear all of the sounds if you would like to. I leave it up to you. Okay. Lear, you too. What is happening today? Holy shit.
As a result of her success, or what?
Well, it's just to see if you observe this or you hear these things as well. So you can just do your observe. She can point it out to you as well if she likes.
I see.
I would.
Yeah, then you can have a 20 shift, because she's like, do you fucking hear that?
Okay.
If you roll a 33, I'll lose my mind. You won't, right?
A 60. Another double.
my God!
What the fuck?
No!
This show is nerds.
I'm more freaked out that I'm more freaked out that it's 66
vomit,
and
dude.
not 33.
Yeah.
That's what freaks me out about it.
Okay. No. Yeah. See. Okay. Also, by the way, Lear has filled up his track on his character sheet, fully and completely. Okay. Are you ready? So two things happen. Lear, you get a permanent upgrade, 1 point on any fucking stat that you want. Now that you've filled this up, and I'm banking the other thing for later.
Okay.
Woohoo! Okay. Anyway, so back to what's happening here. Lear, Estrella, you can, however you interpret this, you can, if you would like, have full comprehension and awareness of what is happening. Permanent upgrade of 1 point to any stat that you want, not just a stat that you were using. Okay. Now, so Kinnison is doing this ritual. Her voice, has dipped like several octaves. It's very unnatural and very deep, and it's kind of a little terrifying. But she's doing this magic to recreate or to create a second Titus. Now, Titus, I need you to roll your dying skill, but just as you.
$95.
Okay. Kinnison rolled really, 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 really well. You did not at all. I already told you this will come at a great cost. I will give this to you in trade, and it will be an equal trade. Yes?
Okay.
I assumed as such. Here is what is going to happen. You are not creating a brand new you, clone you. You are going back to when you were captive for 6 months. Do you remember when I told you you felt like someone was going to come and take you and it wasn't your friends? It's you.
Yeah.
You are doing it. You are going to go back and you are going to be the one that takes you. Sometime at the end of this campaign, hopefully, but it may come before then, you will have to return this place to be taken from yourself. You are using debt magic. So it's not a new you, it is you.
Alrighty then. Wow. Okay.
I mean, you understand yourself best, I guess.
That is so much worse than what I concocted. Okay. And I obviously know as me as Titus, this is me from the past.
Yeah, I think
right?
something in you unlocks in this moment where you're like, oh shit. Because we did talk about this during your character creation. There was a specific moment where you felt like somebody came and took you for something and you weren't sure what it was. This was it. And I think you remember that in this moment and you go, oh fuck. Yes. Yes, Jude?
Just a question to clarify for the audience, the audience being me. So the reason why he's there is because of him. Is that what's happening? Sorry, I'm confused.
Yes.
Yes. The reason why he went there.
Yes. So
was him.
What happened back in time was Eurofear tried to grab him and somebody else tried to grab him at the same time. What's happening now is Titus is choosing to let himself be taken to that place so that he can collect him and take him.
Bruh. Okay, cool.
Wow. Sheesh. Okay. And it's just past me standing there in front of me.
Yeah.
At least you're not in the cave, right?
Would he believe this was real? Or would he believe this is all part of that fucked up decades in his mind that he spent? It was 6 months for us, but for him it felt like, 100 years or something ridiculous?
Yeah. No, he probably wouldn't think.
He probably wouldn't. So I will make you a second sheet. He's probably going to be a little bit more chaotic because you pulled him from, he thinks all of this is just some fucked up dream. You might not realize that this is real. Okay. Would you like to try the first ever scene with yourself? Where you talk to yourself?
Yes. And
All right, let's fucking go.
Sure. So you want me to play crazy me?
Yeah.
Or, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for being my mother, in a way.
What was that, Merkel?
It was a laugh at thanks for being my mother. It's very weird.
Thanks for being my mommy, Murgles.
No.
I know that this is probably very jarring. So before you start losing it, what do you mean I'm losing it? You're not real. You're not me. I'm me. Okay. In there, the cave, right? They only know of memories that we, not you, not me, we let them have. I guess you're right. Okay. When we were kids and we started to learn how to do all of this, and I take my hands and I spread a web in between my fingertips. You remember when we made that glorious hammock for you, me, and Estrella and Raz, right? I do. I'm you, Titus. And it turns out that all of this might be our fault. But I don't know if that matters anymore because we might be able to fix this. And I knew that if I brought me, another true version of me back, that we might undo the harm we've caused. Or we can try to. And if I just run right now, then what? You could try, I guess. I don't know what will happen. And the other Titus polymorphs into a spider and runs into the woods.
Oh my God. Bro.
Responsible for like so much and everything, and like
We're back. by
like
the way.
he is.
Yep.
Like he literally is for himself. He is the thing. Anyway, sorry.
That was so
That's
fucking
just
good. No, please
fucking
don't apologize.
crazy.
I have to fix the shout out screen anyway because that's the only one I did not do. And then I was in the show. I was like, I'll have time to do it. It's fine.
And then Johnny was like, "Where's Kinnison? And I want a me."
Okay, so full disclosure, he gave me an idea of what he wanted to attempt a couple of episodes ago. So I kind of had a heads up that he was going to maybe consider going to see her. So I thought maybe that was a thing that would happen. I had no idea it would come to this, though. Holy.
I found this so fun. I was saying in the group chat that Razorfi just chilling. Like, all of this,
He's going to come back to a disaster.
like his words are they're a wreck, and he's just like, I guess I'll just taste this wine that was made in. It's going to be made in 500 years, I guess.
So good.
Oh my god. I
Believe
need
it
to
or
know
not, that's
what the
less
other...
dark than what I planned on doing. That reality was so much less dark than my original thought.
Who are we
I mean,
gonna
are you not-
play
Sorry.
Mini-Me Titus, though?
Maybe Titus. Maybe he just stays as a spider.
He just pitches
He just
himself
gets
a little bit more.
A puppet
Give him an Alvin
coming up in
Chipmunk
his voice.
To cast someone, get goosey, quick.
You look nothing like these days.
All right, who's shouting out first?
Johnny.
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 Hello, I played Dr. Evil, aka Titus for you today. Thanks so much for watching. I'm always so grateful to be on this show. I look forward to every Tuesday. It's kind of like a big highlight of my week, so thanks for having me. I always have a blast. If you want to see me do more weird roleplay stuff, you can follow me on my channel. I'll be live later where I play another guy that talks to himself, ironically. Let's
How
see,
I
I'm
knew you
checking.
could handle it.
I'm checking the notes. Dude, I always feel weird giving compliments to certain cast members. I love you all, and you're all like amazing, and I'm blessed to just be around you. But Brad's been hitting us with some lines that, like, one I had to write down today, and he said, "Debt magic is an ugly name for a beautiful thing." And like this whole episode, these last 2-3 episodes, we've been talking about names and the power of a name, and I just found it like so crazy that he used that quote, like, "Debt magic is an ugly name for a beautiful thing." And I was like, ugh. So I wrote it down, and I was very stoked about it. Today was a lot of fun. I'm scared, excited, and exhausted as always in a good way. I'm gonna throw it over to Murgles.
Ah, jeez. Okay, well, good, because I'm gonna say some really nice things about you. Have fun. I think it was really crazy, insane, admirable the way that you stuck with that decision all throughout the entire episode, because there were so many times that people were like saying things, putting pressure on you, kind of trying to like make you change your mind. There was like the philosophical questions, and like the fact that you stuck with to do that decision all the way through. There were multiple moments where I was like, I don't know if I would have been strong enough. I feel like I would have just been like, maybe everyone's telling me not to do it. Maybe I won't do it. So I thought it was really, really amazing that you did that. And also just in general, like dedication to Titus and Titus as a character. I think Titus as a character is like a very nuanced and, he's just a very rich character, you know, because he wants to do the right thing, but he often doesn't. But also, what is the right thing? And he stays true to himself, but who is himself? You know, like there's just all of this like really delicious meat there that I think you do a really fantastic job at encapsulating. And it's just like really thrilling to watch and awesome to RP with you. And I'm your mom now, so. I'm also really excited to find out. Peep said that there was something else that Jude would get and that it would happen eventually. So I'm just very excited to find out what that is. Right, I'm Murgles. Thanks for watching.
Just remembered, by the way, that wasn't a shout out. She just forgot.
Yeah.
Just remind herself.
Yeah. I'm Murgles. I'm not Titus. I'm Murgles.
You gotta pick someone else, Mergs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, sorry, Brad.
Hi everybody, I'm Murgles.
Hi, Murgles.
Hi. Yeah, this was a fun one. I was concerned that I would have to just like spend the whole episode recounting last week's episode to Vega. But I didn't. Somehow we ended up having a really interesting... Like, I didn't expect us to go back to that point.
Yeah, me either.
I know, yeah.
Me either.
I was like, I don't even know if we're allowed. Like, is PB gonna get
do whatever you want.
annoyed?
No.
I know, I'm gonna do it anyway, but I was like, oh god.
Do you remember?
One
I can't
quick
say that.
side quest with
Never mind.
Vega. Yeah, we'll say. But
What a quick side quest, Vega. In and
I
out.
just sort of had that realization. It's a thing that I
Oh
thought
god,
of.
we're Rick and Morty.
You are.
Yep.
That's exactly what
That
we
is
are.
absolutely what you are.
Yeah. By the way, we're not in the show from this point onwards. We've got our own spin-off. And we just start jumping up and down the timeline and shit.
I'm
so that's
Pickle
on
Vic.
Thursdays. Now on Kingmakers, Rick and Morty.
If there's God, it's fucking me.
Yeah, and Arufa's kind of going down the crazy route as well. He was like, I'm just going to start fucking with this this magic, which I think is also a thing where I was like, oh, PB's going to get annoyed with me because she was like, oh, you're super scared of this thing that's in this lake. Stop fucking with this, Bradley. And then I was like,
No.
I feel like Arufa would be motivated by the fear. That's like one of his things. He even shouted it at Leah last week. He was like, oh, you scared, bitch?
Also, I do that
In
just
those words,
because
exactly.
that is not the GM telling you what to do ever. I am just telling you what is happening. I am totally
but
fine with things.
Sometimes when you're I know this
Yeah.
because sometimes I do. I'm like, just go back on track. Just fucking stop.
Nah, I don't
Stop.
care.
Hey, Rick and Morty, stop.
To
Fucking going
me,
on.
the exciting thing is when players do stuff that I'm not really prepared for, because then I'm like, oh, now I have to like think over time and really quickly. And like, for example, when today when I said I'm sorry, the GM brain took over. That was literally the idea of, oh shit, I set up something specifically for you previously. I can just use that if the roll fails, if you fail the roll, which you did. And I was like, oh, well, fuck yeah. You're going to, nobody knows you like yourself. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, it was fun. We got to explore instead of like what I thought was going to be me recapping a lot of stuff and then, I don't know, going back and being like, what the hell did you do with the other Raz? And everyone being like, oh, I don't know, we just disappeared. And then it was like a whole thing, which we still kind of have to do. But yeah, we got to discuss this thing. We're calling it dread magic now, are we?
I suppose so.
And then the consideration of like, what if this was all like the whole messing with Raz's spell was actually just a precursor that like activates this whole thing, because it seems like very possible. It does seem to be the linchpin, right, or the catalyst. So I think it's fun that me and Morty run off real quick to check that, and then we'll come back. So yeah, I'm enjoying being back and getting to just fuck around again in the show. And I got to hold Razros' hand. The best bit. My name is Brad. I play Resident Evil 7 on my channel at the moment, and that starts tomorrow. If you want to watch that, I stream in the daytime. And that's it. I've got nothing else for you. So, what about you, Draconics?
Hi, I'm Drac, or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. It's DRAKONIQUES. I kind of stream all over the place, but on Mondays at I think like 7:30 Pacific, over on Exquisite Corpse Party, I play in a bi-weekly campaign called Divine Intervention, where I play the god Kronos, the deity of time. Tuesdays I'm here, which I fucking love. Playing Razov. Going from Razov in Leisure to Razov in Bringard in this situation has been wild, because I have to be like, okay, I don't know any of this. I am not like hardened and grizzled from years of universe jumping. I do have an Arufia here. It's just like a lot of switches have to be flipped, and it's very interesting, I guess, reverting back. I mean, Yeah, I think I'm just the Jerry of the group. I think right now I'm the Jerry. Brad's right. I think right now I'm the Jerry of the Rick and Morty group. Where like Jerry just kind of vibing out, has his own like very normal issues, and then everyone else is going through existential dread and crises.
Kinda. I mean, it depends if we come back and we're like, you did all of this because you've been pulling magic from this thing, and we have to stop every Raz everywhere doing this, which might be a thing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting navigating the whole memory / actual time travel narrative that we're gonna have to do as well. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, no, this episode was fun. I'm just seeing the wards just absolutely disintegrate.
Raz is checking the settings on the TV in the tower, and they're just fucking melting down.
It is ridiculous way. So I think it's very interesting seeing, because all of the groups have their own issues. It's just like on different, I guess. I feel like they're both equally huge in magnitude, but just they tackle it in very different ways. Some just very more magic focused, I guess, which has way more ways of going wrong. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Raz walking into this building on fire to see what's been done in his absence.
You are the pizza. Keep coming in with the pizza. Hey guys, I got this great wine. Whoa! Shit, everything's on fire. I want to see Estrella's react to all of this.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Estrella's mental breakdown episode is going to be...
it's like 2 episodes from now. At this rate.
The episode where it's just Estrella goes completely insane.
It's going to end with a TPK because Estrella just loses it.
Yeah.
Estrella just takes everyone.
I mean, she did destroy the gardens, so maybe don't piss her off.
Yeah, too late, Tyre. You know what I mean? Like, the fuse is lit.
But yeah, no.
I just...
I think I have other things I'm doing, but I cannot remember all of them. So just follow me on Twitter to figure out what I'm doing at any given moment. I'm gonna pass it over to Faye.
Oh no! Why?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Hi. I'm Phelan. Insert 20 more uhs here. I play video games on the internet, and I do voices for video games and stuff of that nature, so you can find me on Twitch and Twitter as Phelan. I'm also here on Mondays for 100 Club, which is another awesome show with a very, very different vibe to this. Both equally amazing. So I recommend you check that show out too. Yeah, dude, what an episode. I don't want to take up like 900 years more, but what the fuck is happening? Like, what is going on
Like
here?
shit popped off. Like 4 episodes.
I'm like, I want to be here for this scene, but also Estrella would be fucking fuming. Like that was the worst possible thing. Like he
Nailed it then. Nailed it.
Like fucking 40 steps backwards. Like literally just, she's trying so hard to keep it together, but like anytime there's a moment, there's like an interaction, he just fucks it up completely. And she's just, and I'm like, Johnny, I love you so much. Why are you doing this to me? And it hurts my insides, but I have to be mad at you. And I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. But what an episode. I'm glad Brad is back. I really missed him. And you guys are just amazing, and I love being on this cast, so thank you for having me.
Brad
And
fucking dissociated.
I saw the lights go off.
You're like, I was like floating away. If you'd seen me float out of my chair right now, that wouldn't have been that crazy.
Winnie the Pooh meme.
But also, I hate you.
Thank you. Thank you for grounding me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on over to Myerdingo, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Meyer.
Hello, my name is Meyer. I played Lear Vin Blakehart today. Yeah, what an awesome episode it was. I'm happy that we finally got like a Johnny focused episode or a Titus focused episode. We haven't had one for a very long time, and I really want to know more about like what Johnny has in store for that character and what they're doing. I love the how different and how similar the groups are, you know what I mean? Like our three is so different from their three. At the same time, each individual character has a lot of similarities, the whole like these two wards of Razroth are not connected at all, yet like the Blakeguard wards and Prince or whatever, like they are, there have been like ups and downs, but like it's very interesting seeing what could have been or what could be. And like Leah followed Astrea like after all that, but I'm not sure how far away they got since we saw the incident and that kind of thing. So I'm happy because I kind of want that talk to not be from Lear, but to be from Razroth or between Titus and Astrea. Just this whole thing that Lear kind of brought up about why don't you have one another the same way we do, why do you need to have your very self be the thing that knows who you are when you should have these people who should know you more than you know yourself? So there is that, and I'm happy I didn't get that scene because I was trying to fight in my head. How do you bring up a topic like this and learn from somebody without because you have what they don't, without almost showing off or boasting or that kind of thing. But it was a really, really awesome episode, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait to see what happens with the next episode. And that Astrea breakdown episode can't come sooner. I want to see just an episode where it's literally just Faye. It's literally just Faye. She's talking to herself. We're flipping cameras around. PB comes with the Faye wig, talks as Faye to Faye.
Titus repeatedly just joins in to annoy her. Leaves.
The two Tituses are fighting with the
me
two.
being mad. Is that it? You guys just want to see me angry?
The two Astrayas are fighting with the two Tituses. There's just two more of them each fighting with each other.
And it's a Rick and Morty episode again.
Oh man. But I love where the story is going, and you can find me at twitch.tv/Meyer, where I'm doing stuff, video game news and that kind of stuff, following Star Citizen development, and also playing Wild RP. Anyway, enough of me. Also, that ring thing with the doubles and the doubles and the doubles, I'm scared of it. What happens? I mean, I leveled up and got 1 point, great, but what about the other thing, PB? Come on, PB, what's going on, PB? Leah. Has Leah spoken yet?
No, not yet.
I feel like Berg's is just is this a good idea? Yeah, no worries.
There feels I'm glad I've got you to be I'm just you can be the one that saves the day when I fuck everything up now, because I can just go fuck around with this evil magic.
Are you basically saying she's your maid now?
She's his Morty.
She's literally just she's the Morty to my Rick right now.
Just pretending to understand everything. No, definitely. I know what's happening. Definitely.
Rick.
Excellent episode. Oh, Rick. I don't know. Pleasure as always.
Holy
I can't
shit!
wait
I
to
just
see-
realized one of the three opposing forces' name is Ulrich. I will
Where's
never
the
hear it
Morty?
the same way again.
Morty and
Jeez, Rick.
Ulrich.
Oh, Morty, the Almighty.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Anyway, hi, I'm Leah. Twitch.tv/Leah, and I'll be doing some RP pretty shortly. Just doing some stuff and things. Thank you very much, BB.
Am I the last one for real? I am. Okay, hi. I'm Pumpkin Bear. I love everybody, and I love you guys for watching. Please rate and review the podcast. We're over today. We started late, and that's it. I love you.
Is this the first time we've all been in it for a while? When was the last
Yes.
time?
Yeah, it is.
2 months ago, I'm pretty sure.
Shit's popped off, crazy stuff happened, and oh my god, I cannot wait for next week. What will they do next?
Yeah.
Mary?
Did I forget anything? I don't think I did.
Follow Pumpkin Mary.
No. Rate and review the
Also, she's
podcast.
like
That's it.
the best.
Okay, bye.
Do you guys like the new over?
The more that you know yourself, the more likely it is that you can forgive yourself too.